Today is a good day to be in the beard cave. Hit it! Hello everyone and welcome to the Bearded Geeks, a weekly grab bag of topics covering movies, comics, video games and TV. My name is Jags, I am the Beardmaster of the Bearded Geeks podcast. With me today, my co-host Patrick Brown. Oh wait, it's Bobby Baxter! Hey!
He's back. I'm back.
How you going?
I'm pretty good. I'm all dadly.
Gotta do the dad thing.
New man. You're a new man.
New man.
The energy in the room.
Let's see if your jokes have
your
changed.
guys' energy. I'm fucking trying to get some sleep over here, so I'm only here in physical sense. I'm just going to be napping.
Stella just got her groove back.
See if we can get a few dad jokes today.
Oh, yep. I think they'll come thick and fast.
Yeah.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Bearded Dads.
Yeah. The Dadcast.
The Dadcast today. How's everyone going?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
What have I missed?
Well,
Everything.
there was this guy that was on our show, but then he had a kid. And
Oh, yeah?
so, how's that going?
Yeah, pretty good.
Yep.
Yep. You know, lots of spews and nappy changes and not much sleep and
Work. Back at work.
Yeah, I've started work again. I took about 2 weeks off work to readjust to the dad life. And
Parental leave.
parental leave, yeah, without pay. 'Cause I'm a freelancer, which sucks. But yeah, trying to get back into the working thing the past 2 weeks now. So yeah, it's working. It's yep.
You definitely have like this pasty glow about you.
Yeah, pasty glow sounds about right. Haven't seen much sun in the last few weeks.
Cat gets more sun than you do.
Yeah.
And it's an inside cat.
Poor cat, shit, we forgot we had a cat. Better feed him when I get home.
Got a
He's
new
just been
baby.
fending for himself for the last, what, 4 weeks?
Yeah.
How old is she? What's she like, three and a half
just
weeks?
4 weeks today. Actually.
Yay! Month
Yeah.
28 days, that's it.
Nice.
old. 28 days later. It's
Yeah.
literally your life.
Yeah.
Just gonna walk outside. Where is everyone?
Yeah, there's just like an apocalypse outside.
Yeah, everything's
What the
changed.
fuck happened?
Been stuck inside for the last month. How are you, Patrick Brown?
Yeah, going well. Going alright.
Is that a new shirt? mate?
Working hard. I don't know.
I don't know.
Plain black. Yeah, she's quite new. Probably only a cheapo, but
Looks pretty new.
fresh.
Yeah.
Keeping it fresh, mate.
That
Crisp.
shape, it's got that shape about it. That new shirt shape about it.
Yeah.
Before you've like sat in it for too long and it's stretched out all the shitty.
Yeah,
like-
it's like ironed. I don't even own an iron, and it's like ironed, so it must be new. But yeah,
When you like get out a shirt after like 6 months or a year of having it, it's just got the permanent beer gut like put into it.
just the imprint.
Oh.
So you've
Yeah.
been keeping tabs on the show, Bob, while you've been away? Or
Bits
been
and
listening?
pieces. There was a bit of a dead patch in the first couple of weeks there, where I was like, we were just doing whatever the baby needed to be done. But yeah, the last 2 weeks I've been trying to catch up. I don't think I've listened to all the shows yet, but yeah, as I'm working, I'm getting
Yep.
through them. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, nice.
All is good.
You guys sound like you held down the fort. I listened to a bit of your solo one. I don't think I've gotten all the way through that one yet, but congrats on doing that. That's
Thank
pretty
you.
huge.
Good effort.
Yeah.
Thank you. Not so nervous anymore about doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was more.
I saw sure as shit couldn't do it.
It's very draining because you
Yeah.
pretty much just have to like keep going.
Yeah,
And then, yeah, you get to the end and you've recorded all this extra stuff because you fucked up. You go to say something and then you're like, I'll just say that again, wait a few seconds and
Yeah.
say it again. And then
be-
you're like,
that'd
just
be
edit
handy.
out the shit one and patch it
Yeah.
up and sound seamless.
be handy.
If I did that, I'd have about 11 hours worth of audio.
I think I cut about 7 minutes out of the end thing.
Oh,
And
I
it's
was
just like over an hour. Yeah.
I was the
pretty
worst when I used to do video tutorials and you know doing the voiceovers for them.
Oh, Pat gets his tutorial voice.
Yeah.
My name is Patrick Brown, and welcome to my tutorial.
You
Try
speak
to-
so clearly on your tutorials. It's awesome.
That's because it's like edited to hell. Like it probably took me about 25 hours just to do like 2 minutes worth of like
He
audio.
says you're saying like one word, but it's taken from 3 different times that you
Yeah.
record it.
I'm not good at
today,
talking. Like,
and he's like, cut the two. Oh yeah, I like that little bit of day.
yeah, that's like how I get. Because I'm not good at stringing along a full sentence without saying like an or an r or just like having to think for a minute.
Brent's like, really?
yeah, stuff your job up, didn't I?
Yeah, bloody oath. It's alright though, I love you. It's easy. What was it, Bob? About a fortnight ago, I met you down at Deadland with your mum and dad. Who were pretty much like my second mum and dad. We had a beer and that, and then we were leaving, and your mum bought us all an ice cream. We were like, yay!
Oh yeah! Wow, that feels like fucking 6 months ago.
It was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Actually, it was like a week and a half ago.
Wow. Yeah, that was awesome. The ice cream was amazing too. And you guys have been back to Deadland like what 4 or 5 times since then?
Catherine and I went the other weekend when we went for lunch. We went for lunch down at the King's Bridge, and then we walked up for a look, and they had the Makers Market on.
Oh yeah,
and there was lots going on. It was real sunny. The ship was going around, and they were firing off the cannons. And I text Pat straight away. I was like, "You should be here, mate. They're firing off the cannons. It's fucking awesome. You're missing out."
Patty's like hanging off the mast, going, "I am here."
Best day ever.
You're just walking around the Makers Market having a look, and then you hear in the distance, "Fire! Boom!" And then there was like, because they've got like the zip line and like the bungee jump thing at the top. There was this kid up there, he probably wouldn't have been like 7 or 8, and he's up the top and he's trying to do this bungee thing, and like the Deadlands are like full, there are people everywhere, and everyone's just like staring at him, and I'm just like looking up at him, and I'm just like 80s movie moment, I'm like, come on mate, you can do it, come on, or you gotta just take that step mate, come on, you can do it, I believe in you. And I nearly wanted to yell out to him, but Catherine was like, don't you dare. And he was like back and forward, and I was like, oh, it's going to happen. I want to see him jump. Come on, it's going to happen. And in the end, after
the ship turns and like points its cannon towards him, and he's like, you fucking jump now.
I think I stood there and watched for about 5 or 6 minutes, and in the end, he didn't jump. I was like, boo! Boo this man!
You should have booed him off.
As he's like walking back down the thing and past you, you're like, boo! Chuck your beer at him.
There's like the town crier walking around with a bell, like, give me that bell! Shame! Get him!
Shame.
I was like, he was like under 10, so I couldn't really yell at him.
With your ice cream cone.
Shame! And throw all your food at him.
And there was like this big lineup of like middle-aged dudes and that. And then as soon as this kid went off, this old guy walks over with his stubby shorts and that on, and gets on the zip line. He's just like, just down the zip line over the top of the ship, firing cannons.
He's like, ladies,
like Tom Cruise.
I'll be in the ice cream parlor in 2. But no, it was fun. I like Deadland now, even though I'm not a parent.
Yeah, it's good.
You've converted him.
Yeah,
it's fun. I love it.
What else has been happening in your life, mate?
Oh, playing The Witcher.
Oh yeah, you're up to like Blood and Wine now.
Yeah, I beat Hearts of Stone with Olgierd von Everec. Very interesting character, by the way. You need to play Hearts of Stone, Bob.
Yeah.
And now I'm on to Blood and Wine, and I'm in Toussaint, and it's all like fairy tale-y, and there are like knights and duchesses, and they're all poncy and everything.
Yeah.
Like, oh, for honor and everything, and they're all like, yeah. Geralt's just like, you're all so flowery, like with your flowery speech, and sometimes you nearly talk normal, but then you go back to like your flowery knight speech and everything. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Isn't it like when you start, and then you got to take down that ogre thing?
Yeah.
But the guy who's with you, he's too scared to really do it, isn't it? And you give him the credit, is that right?
Oh, there's the guy there, and he's like, because he's
too scared of it or something? I can't remember.
He's devoted himself to this one woman. He's like, oh, I'll show you with my love. I'll bring you back a monster trophy. And she's like, oh, it's all a flutter and everything. And then I come in and save the day, and I'm like, yeah. I didn't let him have the credit, though.
Didn't let him?
Credit. No, I took the credit because I'm the Witcher. You know?
Yeah.
That's my bag.
I think I did. I can't remember. Yeah, I think I did.
But it's fun. I'm loving it.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's the best. I couldn't stop playing it once I put it on.
I like the mystery in that. The map's fucking huge.
It's like, massive.
Whoa. And I just come across like this Gwent quest. It's like, get a Skellige deck. And I'm like,
here we go.
And then there's like icons where you've got to like get like 19 random cards to complete your deck. Yep. And I'm just going around and I'm walking around this place like I don't have that quest active. So the icons aren't appearing. So I'm walking around like the tourney grounds, like where the tournaments and that are. And there's a blacksmith and an armourer and a herbalist, and then there's a haircut dude. And I'm like, oh, they might have like different haircuts for this game. So I walk over and I sit down. I'm like, oh, I just need a haircut or whatever. And the options come up, but it's like, I need a haircut, I need a shave. And the third one was like, do you play Gwent? And I was like, I was like, this has never happened to me before. And I was like, tick, tick. Asked him, I was like, and Geralt just sort of like turned his head. He's like, fancy a few, games of Gwent? And he sort of nodded. And I'm like, yeah.
I can picture your next trip to the barber shop. Sit down. So what'll it be today? And you just sort of slyly turn to him and go,
Do you play Gwent?
Gwent?
Show me your Nilfgaardian deck.
and he just like pulls out a deck.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
We should just like make like a Witcher themed barbershop.
Yeah.
That'd
Like
be
it-
awesome.
yeah.
That'd sell out, I reckon. That'd be
What do you want today? The elf cut? Yeah, get the elf rebel cut. Yeah,
Get the man bun.
the man bun.
Yeah.
What about you, Paddy?
Me?
What have you been doing these past?
Well, I went to Billabong Bay on the weekend.
Been a long day.
It had been a long day.
Classic
for sure,
dad joke.
for sure. And but like it spent we spent a bit of money on going up there with the accommodation. It's like
How much money?
we bought a house. You hire out a house for a couple of nights. I think it was about like $400 each or something like that.
Jesus.
And then it's quite a nice. Yeah, quite a nice. It was for about 2 days, and
That's fucking 2 weeks rent for me.
yeah. So it's like a beach house thing, and it's really, really big. Like I was quite amazed at how huge it was. Really nice place. And
Kind
you
of
go
thing
there, and
with like 15 people, not like
yeah. And we had 4 of us and 2 kids, and it was quite a big house. But when we got there, and obviously this weekend it just poured with rain, and it was stormy, and so the entire weekend was like that. But we just stayed inside. And it wasn't
Like
too
Mario.
bad overall because we brought like all these things, and it was quite nice to just chill out and do nothing.
a
Monopoly.
really
And,
expensive way to play your Nintendo Switch.
yeah. We got the wood fires going. We had some wood-fired pizzas as well, so we fired that up. There's like a real traditional kind of wood-fire pizza kind of oven there, so got that going. Yeah, it was pretty good, and had a few drinks and chilled out. That's all right.
I saw the Snapchats.
Yep. I made sure I sent you a few snappies.
Patrick's round Snapchat username is. Pat, you don't make me up another Jerry, do you? Pat ordered a bottle
I
of
can
Sailor
do that.
Jerry. Thanks, Bob.
Jerry.
You haven't forgotten how, have you, Bob? You haven't forgotten how to make a Jerry, have you?
No.
If anything, I'm more proficient now.
Yeah.
Jesus, mate, just a splash. Fucking
know.
hell, got to drive.
Another one?
Hit me.
Another.
Oh,
Jesus.
no.
I don't really have like a good judge of what a shot is.
That's
So
why-
I just kind of pour them.
That's why I get you to pour them.
This episode of the Bearded Geeks brought to you by Sailor Jerry.
Oh, please.
Wonder if I just send them an email.
All the best shows have been on Sailor Jerry, I'd say.
Yeah, like the episode we got drunk.
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe one of our comeback episodes.
They're
next
probably
year we'll
not the
have to get
best
drunk.
shows to listen to, but
They're actually pretty entertaining, I think.
Oh, imagine
I
if
just
we
got really drunk.
imagine if we recorded that Sailor Jerry night I had on the gaming session.
oh, mate.
I don't think anyone would want to hear that.
Isn't that you, Ben Tago? I'm
Yeah.
following you. Hang on, it's not even you. Ben
It's only-
Tago.
only for 20 minutes.
It was actually getting there to that point that night where you were talking so fucking much that we were like,
Mute.
boys, you want to mute Patrick?
Didn't I mute myself like for a while though?
No, you ripped the headset out.
Yeah.
that's right.
And then you come back about 15 minutes later and you're like, oh, I just realised I ripped the headset out of my ear or whatever.
At least you had a bit of peace
I was
and
just
quiet for a
talking
while.
and no one was fucking answering me.
Actually bought the Battlefield season pass as well.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Yeah, it was down to like $22 or whatever.
Yep.
I was like, fuck it, I'll get it. And you were actually, we were playing the same match, but I couldn't get us on the same team.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. Bullshit.
Someone's in the house.
Huh?
No, I just heard a big door creak out there.
You serious?
Freaked me out, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it.
It's like,
Pat, you better go check.
creeped me
Not
out.
you.
I've been playing Outlast 2 lately. And
Oh, wicked.
and,
Yeah, tell me
that's
about
like
that.
creeping the hell out of me. I'm just like, Whoop. Those hillbillies are after me again.
Come here, boy.
Yeah, it's. I've only played like the first few missions, but it's I had to kind of like turn it off a bit. I was like, "Ooh, this is a bit much." It's creepy as hell. Yeah, it's really like it's quite scary, but good, really
It's
good.
one of those like no weapons kind of.
Yeah, kind of like Resident Evil. That had no weapons, didn't it? The Resident Evil 7.
No, you had guns.
At the start, no, no, you did, didn't you? Nah. Yeah, no, but it's no weapons at the moment. You're pretty much you're fighting for yourself, like for survival, yeah.
For glory. Well, we might move on then.
Yeah.
It's time for Drop the Beard.
Drop the beard.
Plonk. You dropped it.
Who wants to go first?
I think you dropped your balls, mate.
I've been waiting for 20
balls.
I've been waiting for 20 years. Who wants to go first? Bob, seeing as you're back,
Okay.
would you like to go first?
All right. So my song tonight is called "Sleeping My Day Away" by the band DAD. Had to come back on a dad.
Dad life.
Dad jokes, dad songs.
But it's actually a fucking awesome song.
It is a really good
Yeah,
song.
that
I
was
loved
cool.
it forever. It came out in like 1989 or something. This song, I think 89 or 90 or something.
Oh yeah.
But they're actually called Disneyland After Dark. But they got threatened with legal action.
So they just dropped it back to dad.
To dad, yeah, DAD. So. Yeah, but yeah, their idea for the name of their band was something like, what happens at Disneyland after you sort of turn the lights off and, any kind of wild shit could kind of happen at night, so...
Walt Disney's reanimated corpse gets around.
Yeah. And yeah, sleeping my day away, I'm like, that's fucking all I really want to do at the moment too. So it's a perfect song. It's the soundtrack to my life right now, so go on have a listen.
Zombie life. My song is from the band Monster Magnet, and the song is "Look to Your Orb for the Warning." Really cool. Oh, yeah, that's not my usual kind of choice. Yeah, but I really just
I'd been fucking sitting on Monster Magnet's song for like weeks.
Yeah,
and I was like going to drop it this week on this show, and Paddy like fucking put his link in the little chat. Was it yesterday?
Jumped on it,
and I was
claimed
like,
it.
"Get fucked." I'm a Monster Magnet fan from like fucking when I was like 13 years old. Paddy's like, "Oh, it's this band that I just heard of."
You got this noob who's just like, "I'll have that one."
New track from 1995.
Yeah, I just
Good
heard
choice though. I'm glad you've got good taste.
yeah, it popped up on Spotify like in one of these. Yeah, you know how Spotify kind of plays similar songs to what you like.
Yeah.
And it was just playing after this big playlist I had, and and I just really liked it. I was like, that is kick ass, that song, and yeah, I played it like 8 times that day. I just couldn't stop listening to it, and I was like, that's my song. I'm gonna play that this week.
Going down now.
Yeah.
I remember it from the Matrix soundtrack.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was on there. I
Yeah.
saw like a link when I was searching for the thing. Yeah, Matrix.
Awesome.
Ooh.
And my song this week sort of fits into the show's theme today. This was a song that I used to listen to a lot, getting around in the car in our college years. It's Atreyu, and the song is Doomsday.
I thought you were going to say
Awesome
DMX.
DMX. Patrick Brown and his fucking DMX. Oh, you got that Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, or whatever it was, the DMX.
Oh, yeah.
The other day, I
that
sent
was
it to
funny.
you.
I can't believe he actually did something like that. Like
That's pretty funny.
DMX.
He's getting old, dude. Go. So
Yeah.
he's just like, do different things.
So a bit of a Atreyu, mate. That's awesome.
Yeah, Atreyu, Doomsday. It fits in with our theme for today's episode, but we'll get to that a little bit later after
Yeah.
the news. But yeah,
Really
it's
cool
a song we used to listen to getting around in the car.
Yeah.
Which fits in with our episode today.
We'd play it on our like road trips and stuff, didn't we? Like,
Yeah.
it was always in the playlist. A lot of
What was it? Lead Sails and Paper Anchor.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
We all had that
That was
A
album.
lot of
great
that. A
album.
bit of Sonic
Yeah.
Syndicate, all that kind of stuff.
Sonic Syndicate.
Oh,
Oh, take me back. Jerry sip.
Oh my,
Oh yeah.
it's tasty.
Yep.
that
Don't
big
know
chunk
what
of
that-
lime is fucking delicious.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Oh, we got freshies there too. Refills.
Anyway, that's it for Drop the Beard this week. Drop the beard. Drop the balls. I dropped my balls. Might move on to the news, boys.
All
Sounds
right.
good.
To the news.
Never gets old.
To the news. Netflix has officially renewed Mindhunter for a second season and Stranger Things for season 3.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Double yes.
I just said Stranger Things.
I caught that.
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things.
I suddenly got a Cockney accent.
You've been noticing some Stranger Things in Hawkins.
Fucking hell.
You nearly just spat your drink out everywhere.
Sailor Jerry just went everywhere. Funny. I never waste a drop though. Yeah, I haven't even finished season
licking the
1
walls.
of what?
Never waste a drop. You spit it all over the walls. You've been licking it off.
Only at your
Sorry.
parties, bud.
Sorry.
No, I haven't even finished season 1 of Mindhunter yet.
Oh, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, me
Because
either.
I was
I'm halfway.
watching other things.
Other things.
And now I'm watching Bates Motel.
Fucking jump back on that later. The Bates
Now
will
they've
be
got
around.
Dark on there. Have you started watching Dark yet?
No,
All right, put that on your watch list.
haven't even heard of it. No.
Whoa, what have you been doing?
Raising a child.
Just a tiny ball of flesh that just like lays on the floor, it can't fend for itself.
Yeah, she's just like a little potato with eyes.
Oh, okay. I'll have to get back on that then.
Yeah, it's good. I love
Okay,
it.
cool.
It's a very different watch to your kind of standard
This
TV
Mindhunter?
show. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
quite
very
good.
slow burn, but I just fucking I was captivated the whole
Ate it
time.
up.
Loved it.
Yeah.
And Stranger Things back for season 3, which is a bit of a no-brainer.
Yep.
That'll probably be another this time next year kind of thing, wouldn't it?
Yeah, to guess.
No doubt.
Halloween.
Halloween,
next
yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
All right. The Hellboy reboot has a release date of January 11th, 2018 in the US, so no doubt we'll get it around
not
about
really
very
the
far
time.
away.
That's only like 12 months away.
Yeah. No,
13 months.
Hang on, you said January 8, 2018, didn't you?
that's like
That's like
a
3
month
months.
and a bit away.
That's probably 2019.
Like 2
No,
months.
I wrote the wrong thing.
Ah,
2019.
I was going to say, wow, that's quick.
Yeah,
I haven't even seen a trailer yet.
For a month out.
Sorry, everyone. 2019. Do you think at the season finale of Stranger Things, when David Harbour was in the diner with 11, and then she's like, nope, you're going on a diet. I was like, ha! Because he's going to shoot Hellboy and he's going to get ripped. And
Yeah.
he's gonna come back as soon
I
as he's
did
done
pick
with
that
that.
up.
He's going to come back and do season 3, no doubt.
I thought
And just
that.
be a fucking meat axe.
Yeah.
Unless he gets on the cheeseburgers before he starts.
Yeah.
Do you think it's
Yeah.
more so that, like, because he wouldn't really need to beef up too much, would he? Because the suit would do all the work. But I'm guessing he's trimming up so he can fit into, like, have a smaller waist and like, look more top heavy.
I don't even know if that's his chest. I imagine it is.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I don't know. He looks like a pretty solid guy in Stranger Things,
Yeah.
but not like super fucking tanky. Like he doesn't look like fucking The Rock.
Yeah.
No.
But I kind of liked his kind of chunky proportions in
He's more like a
Stranger
fence
Things.
post.
Yeah,
Like a big fence post.
yeah.
Planted in the ground.
You wouldn't want to be hit by it, but it's,
A big
but
shit
he's not
house.
like a fucking ridiculous wrestler or something, you know. Like,
It's not like The Rock or some shit
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
He has to turn sideways when he walks through doors and shit.
I like that about him in Stranger Things. Like he's relatably like large, kind of solid dude.
He's
but not-
curvy.
Yeah.
He's curvaceous.
Man curvy.
Sturdy.
Sturdy. he's staunch.
The Avengers Infinity War trailer is the most watched trailer in history.
Well, you should probably stop watching it.
I only watch it like...
Yeah.
That's
That's your fault.
I've literally only watched it like 3 or 4 times, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
230 million views in 24 hours.
Well, I guess, like for me, I watched it twice to see if the second time round I'd actually like it. So maybe they're getting double the views. Anyway, I don't know.
It beat out the It trailer, which previously had 197 million views in 24 hours.
Poor
Oh, yeah.
Ed.
You actually missed it last week. Pat said that he liked Justice League.
Hello.
Yeah.
Controversy.
Might have a DC fanboy here now.
I don't know about
That
that.
it was good, yeah.
I believe you. You're allowed to swing both ways.
Saloon door over here. Straight out of Westworld.
No, I didn't hate the what is it? Infinity War trailer.
You hated it.
I didn't hate it.
You hated it.
Tell us what you really
sent it
think.
to you guys.
What I really thought was I was completely indifferent one way or another. When I saw Thor Ragnarok trailer, I was like, "Fuck yeah, that looks like a movie. Like that looks like
It's definitely a movie.
This one a
I'm
bit
going
too-
and I'm gonna fucking enjoy the shit out of this."
Bit
When
too
I
serious.
when I
or-
watched Infinity War, I was just like, I said it to you guys. I'm like, the trailer is basically this guy's in it, that
Yeah.
guy's in it, that guy also, these three, and that chick. Oh, that one's going to get 3 seconds of dialogue, and that one over there might get a glimpse in the background. This one's in it, that one's in it. Don't forget about her. And what about these guys? Oh, that's the movie. Wait,
and then
and then all these ones too,
These guys in the galaxy.
and Groot.
Yeah.
That's what that trailer was. I'm like, I didn't fucking get anything from it. Like,
It was a tease.
yeah, it was.
I was teased.
Like, we already knew that all of those characters are going to be in it, though. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know why everyone's fucking losing their shit over it. Didn't look that amazing.
Fair dinkum.
I
Fair
still
bloody dinkum.
I still thought they've changed Thanos a lot, like his look.
Thanos.
Is that how you say it? Thanos. Thanos.
I've been sitting here
That's
for
the Australian
12
way of saying
months.
it. That's
Thanos.
Thanos.
Anus with his fucking infinity gauntlet that he just, like, fucking shoves right up.
Thanos.
And his giant fist.
The infistity gauntlet.
Oh, I bet he'll have a Kiwi
Ribbed
accent
for her
too.
pleasure.
Ew. He'll probably have a Kiwi accent too after this. After Ragnarok.
Punch you with my fist, bro.
They'll take notes. They're
Look
like,
at my
oh,
little
people,
gyms on my knuckles, bro. I'll punch you with my fist.
my gyms.
Crush you like a planet.
I miss you,
no.
Bob. Gems. Now ribbed for her pleasure.
Fuck you, Iron Man. And he slams him on the ground.
He just wants you to keep doing it. He just wants you to keep doing it.
Piss off. Piss off. Anyway.
That's
Anyway.
all you
But
get.
yeah, he's not purple anymore. He's pink.
He's purple enough.
Pink's not threatening. Purple's awesome.
Why is pink not threatening?
Purple,
Why is purple any better?
purple it goes well with black, and it's and that's like edgy.
What
Isn't it Mr. Marvel over here?
I feel like I must have missed something along the way. Like, why the fuck is everyone so excited about Thanos? Like, I look at him, and he's like, yep, he's like a big pink dude with a fucking liney chin
I did quite
and
like
a colourful hand.
Yeah, his eyes looked
All
like
the colours
very,
of the rainbow.
very lifelike. Like obviously a lot more Brolin, but you could see in his eyes a lot more expression and that. Like really must have amped up.
Is it his character that's like
He kinda
fucking
looks
everyone's
different.
losing their shit over? Because
He's a big deal.
Yeah.
It's just that it's been building to this for 10 years.
Yeah, and comic fans like who know of him, they know he's one of the biggest, most hardcore villains, isn't it? So he's like a big change in the storyline. So
He's kind of a big deal.
yeah,
And it just came out today as well that the Disney Fox deal apparently is very close to being officially like a deal made. So
that'll happen then.
there may be an announcement as early as next week.
Yep.
$60 billion all
Ka-ching.
the assets are worth.
Do you think like Rupert Murdoch's just realised that like he's gonna die in the next year, so he's trying to cash out? Just like, fuck it, no one gets my money. I die with all my money. That's what I thought as soon as I saw that news. I'm like, Rupert must be dying. Like that like he wouldn't part with that.
I just want to have a coffin made of money.
Yeah. Like if he's gonna go, because the Simpsons and everything's fucking part of this, right? Like,
Simpsons, Avatar, Die Hard, Alien, Predator, everything.
Can you imagine if they did The Simpsons and like did their Disney touch on them, so all the characters didn't look like they used to? They now look more like characters out of like Tangled or something, or you know, like what much more googly eye, like bubbly eyes, real happy looking. Imagine that. Can you imagine like a spin on that?
Might end up being funnier than it has been for the last 10 years.
Yeah, it might do.
15 years. Anyway, exciting times to be a comic book fan.
And
Speaking of comic book fans,
continue. I was just going to make another Rupert Murdoch joke.
alright, go on then.
I was just No, I've lost it now.
You've lost it now.
Yeah,
All right.
I think I was just hoping that he might die soon. So
He will. As soon as he sees $60 billion in his bank account, he'll be like, "Fuck me!"
he's gone.
You can die a happy man.
I think he'd be happy enough already.
I don't think he knows how to be happy. He's got like fucking everything in the world.
How
He's
the
still a
fuck
grumpy
would you
shit.
spend $60 billion? What would you buy?
I think he would just bury himself in the cash.
You could buy
The
a
rest of
planet.
the family would be like, "Oh yeah, here we go. We got the we got the fucking inheritance money coming," and he's just like, "My final will and testament to be buried with my $60 billion and never to be touched
And
by
flown
another
out
human."
to the moon.
Yeah, exactly. He'll come back as Thanos in about 1,000 years.
Yeah. Shoot my coffin out to space.
Did everyone see the Batman Ninja trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That looked
What did you
awesome.
think of it? What did you think? Oh, I was kind of taken aback bit by the animation style.
Actually, yeah, I really
The
like
computer
the
animation and that.
Because it's like 3D animated, like Borderlands style.
I like that
3D
more than
with
anything.
2D textures.
And the Joker looked absolutely awesome. He's probably the craziest I've ever seen him look. Like the sickest. Like he looked creepy.
The illest.
He looked as in
The
like
most lit.
as in like creepy as hell. Like like real creepy.
On fleek, or whatever they say.
On par.
On par?
Dab.
No,
Dab.
that's my
what
dad.
the fuck's dabbing? I don't know.
The
I
dab.
don't know.
I always thought it was something from wrestling, but it's not apparently. Like
It's definitely
like
not.
a wrestling move or something. But
A
No.
wrestling move.
I'm gonna dab
Oh,
you.
look out.
He's hitting with the dab. Oh, it's all over. 1, 2, 3.
He got dabbed in the face.
I have
Yeah,
no
I think
idea.
if someone dabbed me in the face, I'd be more upset than anything. Why are you trying to dab me in the face? Get it away from me!
We call that teabagging nowadays.
I think it looks pretty cool. I like the look of sort of samurai cross ninja Batman. Because Batman is essentially a ninja anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just look at Batman Begins.
It's weird. It kind of almost looks like a Telltale's... is it Telltale Games
Yeah.
game? It
Yeah.
kind of looks like that.
Mm.
Like,
It looks quite good, yeah.
yeah.
It's amazing.
Like a really super schmick version of a Telltale game sort of thing.
I like different interpretations of older material and stuff. So yeah, I'm keen for this.
I like how Joker's face, his expressions. There's one shot there, and his eyes just really like huge, and like he almost looks like a goblin, and like because they just enhance the expressions like real crazy. And I quite like that style, and like you don't really see that much. That's really good.
Yeah, I'm a bit. I don't know. I think because I'm an animator and I
Here we go.
as a dad and an animator, as a busy dad. No, it's that style. Like, I'm not really into the 3D trying to look 2D thing. Like, I think because I actually worked on a movie where I had to do that to turn like
Here we go.
2D spaceship, like 3D spaceships to make them look like they were 2D to fit in with the rest. So I can see that sort of 3D-ness come through.
Kinda
and
like
it kind
those-
of feels stiff. Whereas, like, if it was like actual hand-drawn animation, I think it'd look way, way cooler than it does. But then on the other hand, like, to get that fucking crazy-ass level of detail in the armor and shit, they kind of have to do
3D.
the 3D.
Yeah.
So maybe, I mean, I probably would have tended towards, like, them doing the 3D suits and stuff like that, and then having their heads be, like, 2D
Do
animated
both.
over the top.
Yeah, that's a cool idea.
That would have been kind of cool. And then they, like, with the Joker's face and stuff, they could have gone fucking, like, even crazier. Like, with the
Wacky.
2D.
Expressions and whatever. And
Yeah, because they're kind of bound to a rig
Cartoony.
when they're doing the 3D stuff. So it can only go, like, it looks cool, but they can only push it so far. But if they wanted to go fucking crazy, they could hand draw it, sort of thing. So
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, overall, it looks pretty cool. It's just that weird style. Yeah.
I've missed the animator's perspective.
Yeah, long-winded fucking perspective on something that most people won't
It's
even
fucking
see.
10 minutes more of editing I've got to do now. Thanks,
Yeah,
Bob.
Just chop it all off from fucking wherever the last dad joke was to now.
This is more, this is a bit of serious bit of news. I've squeezed this in with the last bit. Hey. Where's the rum always gone? Hey, come on. Over here.
What would you prefer?
Just give me what's left in that. Yeah.
Dunsky. Whoop.
Oh, fuck you know. Lovely. Thank you very much.
You're welcome,
made a
sir.
fucking mess everywhere, you useless prick.
That'll be $5. There you go.
Fitty bar. All right.
Oh, that's good.
Bryan Singer, the director of, recently, questionable character, has been fired from the Queen adaptation Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, really?
Starring Rami Malek. 3 weeks of filming left, almost 3 weeks of filming left, and Fox fired him pretty much at the final hour.
Ooh.
Their reasoning behind it is because that he's a bit flaky on set. So he's had a history of disappearing from set and holding up production, holding up filming and stuff. He released a statement today. This happened about 2 days ago, and he released a statement today saying that he asked for a leave of absence because he had sick parents in the States, so he had to go back to look after them. And in looking after them, he's gotten sick also. And Fox fired him for it. He's like, I asked for time off and they wouldn't give it to me, but all the shit that's come out about Bryan Singer in the last few years and over the years, and especially everything now of all the sexual harassment and abuse and that in the film industry and stuff, and all the controversies and stuff he's been linked to and accused of, and that.
Been linked in.
Is he another one?
Yeah, there's been quite a few stories. Ooh. So, yeah. But, they think maybe that's got something to do with it. But he did have a bust up with Rami Malek on the set. Apparently he was throwing shit at Rami Malek.
Jesus.
But in his statement, he's like, we had creative differences, but, we worked that out, and just before Thanksgiving or whatever, before we ended filming for the break or whatever. And now he's been fired. And apparently, they're going to have to bring on another director. So this is another case of...
Fuck, how often do you see these bloody stories happen now?
This is all the time now in the last probably 2 or 3 years.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it happens all the time. But
I almost think it's becoming a PR stunt for fucking studios to be we've just we get this this director in, do the majority of it, and then just fire them and get a real top tier director to finish it off and just pay them for the last month.
That's the thing though,
and then let the public decide which bits of the movie were this director and which bits were that, and make a talking point.
That'd be messy, wouldn't it?
That's the thing with Hollywood and that now, because take one of the best recent examples, Justice League. A director gets fired or leaves for whatever reason, family issues and stuff.
Yep.
And then they decide to bring in another director. Well, this sort of brings unnecessary and, necessary attention, to the movie and that. And then it sort of becomes questionable, and people are we're not just excited for this anymore, but now we're it's going to be a making of two directors' different visions. So what sort of film are we going to get? So, this Bohemian Rhapsody and that, who's to say what's going to happen now? Maybe they hire another director in the next few days or a week, and then that director comes on, and they're like the Han Solo thing, where they're bringing in Ron Howard, and they pretty much reshoot 90% of the movie. How much is that going to cost? This happens all the time now. This is a common occurrence in Hollywood now. So I guarantee they'll probably hire another director. They'll be like, nah, don't like any of this. We're gonna reshoot half of it or whatever. And then, okay, we're going to push the release date back 6 months or whatever, and blah, 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 blah. And now it's going to have that shadow over it when it comes out.
Yeah.
It's not just going to be, hey, it's that movie about Queen and Freddie Mercury, and it's going to be great, Rami Malek, Oscar performance or whatever. Now it's going to be ooh, dark shadow looming over it. What's this movie going to be like now? Is it going to be a dog's breakfast or what?
I was hoping that one would go smoothly too, because that should be a good movie.
Hollyweird.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
I get the feeling they got to be careful that they don't push out all their talent, if they keep firing big name directors over and over, these other when do they run out of a list of these top tier directors? These guys are just what, I'm not even going to fucking touch that with a 10-foot pole, because my job could be at stake in 10 months time when I'm nearly done this thing, yeah, and then it's not my movie anymore, and blah blah blah,
it's been butchered, and the last 10 months I've spent on it, it's pretty much, there's only 2% of it on the screen. Anyway.
Interesting.
And my last bit of news, this is a corker.
Is it Kurt Russell being Santa?
What? What?
No?
No? What's that news?
Yeah.
Didn't you hear
give me
about
that news?
Kurt
No.
Russell, he's going to be Santa Claus. Is it for a new movie or something? Or a TV
Well,
show?
I
It's
imagine.
one of them. Yep.
I like how Paddy asks the question
I was like,
on news that we haven't heard.
it was up today.
I haven't heard this.
It was up today. You can do some little... If you want to... I don't know. You can have
Is
a
he
good
doing
I'm
a
not
sort of
time
like
for that.
Billy Bob Thornton style, like Bad Santa?
Pet
kind
Santa
of thing?
3.
Oh, what was it? It was something like that. It was...
Well, we're getting into the
I
Christmas
don't
spirit
think...
here.
I don't think it was a real kiddie one.
It's beginning to
look
look like Christmas. While Pat's looking that up, I'll go to the last bit of news.
Yes.
which
Yeah,
is,
yeah, go for it. Go.
like I said, is a corker. Are you ready? Bob, you're especially going to love this one.
Ooh.
Marvel.
Oh.
Marvel have just announced that they're launching a new scripted murder mystery podcast called Wolverine: The Long Night.
Okay.
And Richard Armitage, who played Thorin Oakenshield in The Hobbit trilogy,
Yeah.
has been cast as Wolverine, Logan, in the
Okay.
podcast. It's being written by Bob Percy, I believe. I don't know who this guy is, but he's like a podcast writer, okay? And it's being described as a mix of programs like Serial, S-Town, True Detective, and Unforgiven. Now, two of those I haven't heard of before. I imagine they're like murder mystery podcasts or something like that.
Yeah, must
but
be.
I haven't actually heard of them. They must be some of Bob Percy's shows. But
Yep.
anyway, the plot for the show, like the story, goes like this. It follows two agents, Sally Pierce and Tad Marshall, who arrive in the fictional town of Burns, Alaska, to investigate a series of murders. The duo team up with Deputy Bobby Reed to investigate their main suspect, Logan. But that's just the tip of the iceberg, Bob Percy says.
Dun, dun, dun.
I know, right? Yeah, so Logan's to be played by Richard Armitage,
Mhm.
and they've got a little bit in depth. This is going to be great, Bob. You are going to love this. You shit. Right? Listen to this. We have a fun opportunity here, and that's to create our own continuity. I can see the look on your face. A continuity that will grow more and more expansive as the, wait for it, Marvel podcast universe expands. There are glimmers that people will recognize, references to Weapon X and Wartime Logan, Japan, and past relationships that he's had, but he himself is not able to really work through his moth-eaten memory until the conclusion of the first season. Now, the first season is going to be 10 episodes, and it's going to launch on Stitcher Premium in spring of 2018. The Marvel Podcast Universe.
Whoa. Look at all the excitement in the room.
More Marvel.
Scripted like murder mystery podcast though. Doesn't that sound like a cool idea? Like you could listen to?
there are
Like an Alan Wake kind of thing you could listen to, being narratively like described to you and then like cut to the characters.
yeah. There are a lot out there that actually do that. And I've tried to listen to them while I work and stuff, but I'm just not finding the right ones. But I've
almost like a
gone
play.
to some of the big popular ones, and I'm kind of like, I just can't do it. I can't do it. Like it's not my kind of cup of tea.
It ain't your bag, baby.
Yeah, yeah. I think, especially because, like, generally when I'm listening to podcasts, I'm working, so I like it to be more sort of a conversation, kind of like this sort of stuff. But yeah, listening to a kind of over-dramatized story playing in the background while I'm animating is just a bit
Music.
weird. Yeah,
I guess that's something you probably have to like really devote your attention to as well. You just have to like listen to it.
yeah,
And not like, it can't be like working and focusing, like splitting your attention.
yeah. But I think it'd be a good idea, and there's definitely an audience out there for it. My one weird thing is like, why make it this connected fucking universe again?
The Marvel Podcast Universe.
I'm like,
Fucking hell.
You can make a fucking Marvel podcast universe, but why does all the storylines have to connect together?
I know.
It's stupid.
I know.
Like, you can tell whatever stories you like, why does it have to be fucking connected?
I know. It's interesting though. Richard Armitage, he's really got that voice for it as well. I can really like picture him as Wolverine Logan. Like he did a great job. He did the voice of, I forget the main character's name, but in the Castlevania Netflix series. He was pretty good in that.
I would have picked that up again. I only watched the first episode of that.
I think there's only like 4 episodes anyway.
Yeah. I watched it. It was just after Frankie was born, and I was like up at fucking 3 a.m. or something. And Netflix has had a good run in the last few weeks in my place, because I'm just like, what's on that it's going to keep me awake so I don't fall asleep and smother this baby to death. So like Castlevania, hell yeah.
It's only like 20 odd minutes an episode too.
Yeah.
I chewed through it really quickly.
I couldn't tell you what happened at all in it now that I think back. Like, it was all a blur.
Pat's standing there,
nice.
like, dancing around with his phone in his hand.
Oh, yeah.
He's got something to tell us.
Old Kurt Russell over here.
Tell us about Kurt Russell.
Yeah, so Kurt Russell is, as of 5 hours ago, so...
Oh, fucking hell, you got your finger on the pulse, haven't you?
Current!
Yeah, it's a Netflix movie, like a film coming, and yeah, Kurt Russell is set to play as Santa, and it's about like 2 kids that they try to hatch a plan to try and catch Santa on camera, and then they to prove he's real, and the plan doesn't go to plan, and all this stuff must happen, and then they try and pull Christmas back together or something like that, and then yeah, and it just says here it's a mix of live action, so it's all live action, but it's and CG as well. So
I was really hoping
flashy stuff.
I was really hoping you were going to say Kurt Russell's playing Santa, and he's living in a remote base on the North Pole, and they discover an alien spaceship, and the elves start changing, and they don't know who's infected.
Yeah.
I've actually got a trade paperback out there. It's called The Last Christmas. It's written by Brian Posehn.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much like Santa versus zombies.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Awesome.
It's pretty cool. Mrs. Claus gets killed or something like that, and she comes back as a zombie, and it pushes Santa over the edge, and he's just fucking machine guns and yeah, like killing zombies and shit. And yeah, it's pretty good.
Nice.
Oh, while I'm on Christmas, because we're not actually doing a Christmas episode, but I just want to recommend a Christmas movie, Rare Exports. If you haven't seen that movie, watch it. It's a fucking great Christmas movie.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Have not seen it.
It's on Netflix. I think.
Recent or...
Nah, it's about 6 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Rare Exports, a Christmas story, or a Christmas tale, I think it's called. It's like a Finnish movie, or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They find, like, Santa, like, frozen in a block of ice.
Yep.
And then they thaw him out, but he's real like evil and murderous. And then they're like, shit gets real after that. Oh, yeah, it's fucking,
I like the sound
fucking
of
great Christmas movie. Yeah.
That's like what you're getting at.
Yeah. Well,
Really good
I was
movie.
going for The Thing too.
All right, we might go into our topic for today.
Yeah, cool.
Now, this episode was originally just going to be us, but Bob's shoehorned himself in today. So he's not really in on our topic today, but the other day I watched Wheelman on Netflix. And before I even finished watching it, I text Pat. I was like, mate, you've got to watch Wheelman on Netflix. It's
Yeah.
the fucking best. You've got to watch it. I'm going to watch it now, he said.
I was like, oh, good timing, because I was just bored, and I was like, right.
I was just bored.
I was like, I just finished work, and I was like, oh, what can I do? Or was it the weekend? I can't remember. And I was just like, and you were like, yep. And I was like, yes. I chucked that straight on. No.
I wish I watched it 2 months ago when I first put it on my watch list, because I was waiting for it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, Wheelman, I'm going to watch that. And then I just like didn't watch it for 2 months. And I watched it the other night.
Dad joke.
That joke, number one.
So Wheelman is essentially this.
Every time you say it now.
I'll hear that now.
I'm a wheel man.
You two dads over there. Shut the fuck up. Jesus. Alright, so Wheelman is essentially the story of like a getaway driver who gets embroiled in a bit of a fiasco. And he sort of, his crew that he drops off for a bank heist, seems like they're going to double cross him. But then he's out on his own with a boot full of money, and he's getting all these phone calls. All these people are after him. But one of the coolest things about this movie is that probably 90% of the movie takes place inside the car. Like, that's not an original thing, because a couple of years ago that Tom Hardy was in Lock. I think it's called Lock, L-O-C-K-E, where it was pretty much the entire movie was just him in the car, like on the phone.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
I love those kind of movies. They're the best. Just contained. They keep it in one. You know, like Buried with Ryan Reynolds. He's just in a coffin the whole movie.
Oh, that movie's fucked.
Just like stuff like that. Like I love movies like that.
This movie, though, it's like, when he doesn't have a name, he's just Wheelman. When he gets out of the car, the camera is still fixed inside the car, so we only ever see the perspective of, like, through the windscreen or out the back window or whatever. Like, he gets out to go see someone inside a club, and you see him go in the door.
Yeah.
And then we just sit there for 10 or 15 seconds, and then he comes back out, and he's dragging a dude out with him and smashes him on the bonnet, and you don't get, like, clear audio. You get, like, the muffled audio from, like, outside the car. You can hear him talking outside and stuff.
Camera never leaves the car. It's awesome.
The camera never leaves the interior of the car, and most of it is just, like Frank Grillo in this car, like, on the phone. He's got, like, the earpiece in his ear, and he's just, like, getting all these phone calls and taking all these phone calls. And I thought it was a really awesome movie. It was really, like, tight and contained. So I thought that might be a good lead-in for our episode today, which is Best Movie Drivers.
Yeah.
Before we go into the topic, Pat, what did you think of Wheelman?
I really liked it. Like you said, and usually...
Get bored of it? Like, sort of...
No.
Being fixed that whole time?
Oh, no, not quite. Because it was always entertaining. From start to finish, just interesting. There's always something going on, and it's quite tense as well, because just shit's always going down. Like, he's just trying to get away or trying to, just get a hold of the situation, isn't he? It's like, shit's just going, hit the fan.
Yeah, shit's
time.
hit the fan, and he's just trying to, like,
and he's
sort
just
it out.
trying to, like, make it right. And then, it's just really cool. And I really like him as well as the driver. Like, he's just it seems like a normal guy, but I really like how he, at the start, and he's driving, like, he's a really good driver, and he picks up the two bank robbers. They're just sitting in the back, and one's a real chatty kind of asshole, and he's trying to, like, get at him, and he's trying to make small talk, and then his driver's just straight out like, I don't do chit chat, mate. No chit chat. Just shut
I
the
just
fuck
drive.
up.
I'm the driver.
I just drive.
And he's like, oh, what's in this bag on the front seat? And he goes to grab it, and he grabs his hand.
Yeah.
Like, it's my lunch.
And he's like, let
don't
go.
touch my lunch. Yeah,
and
let go of it.
And it's like he's just straight down the,
Yeah, he's all business.
No
He's just
mucking
like,
around. No small talk. Nothing. Just get this done. And his just attitude was really cool. Like, he's not too, like, he's an arsehole, but he's not too much of an arsehole. It's, like, all justified. It's like, it's really good. And then
I thought the
pacing was great. Like,
are there cuts in it? Like, or is it just one long continuous shot?
No,
it's all cut.
the camera moves, like, inside the car, like, from different angles and stuff and that all the time.
Okay, cool.
But, like, you're always in the interior of the car. Like, if there's something going on that you need to see, like, he's parked, the shot will be from the passenger seat looking out the driver's side window.
Yeah.
So you can see the guys in the bank, in the background, while he's on the phone talking.
Yeah, cool.
So you get those points.
That entire idea is just gold from the start, because any other Wheelman kind of movie, it's just shot in general, and they're great movies and all, but this just really separates it from all the others, and it kind of makes it its own. And to have it shot in the entire car for the entire movie, well, most of the movie,
except for one scene.
Yeah, it really just makes it feel like a real, like, a Wheelman movie. It really makes it just feel a lot more
Wheel movie.
a wheel movie. Yeah. But, like, real kind of.
Don't worry, people, I won't be back next week.
It sets it up as, like, it gives it that essence of, like, this is the car. This is, like, you really feel like you're in it with him. Like,
and it's not a long movie as well. It's only about 80 minutes. It's only about an 80-minute movie, so it's pretty
short.
tight. It's pretty compacted. One thing I really liked is that because, you're in the car with, like, Frank Grillo, who's a really, like, underrated actor as well. Like, he's really sort of coming to his own. It's sort of like he was in the last two, like, Purge films. He was in The Grey with, like, Liam Neeson and stuff. He was in Warrior. He's in this great show called Kingdom, like this MMA, like, boxing, like, mixed martial arts, like, TV show on that. It's like it's a bit adult, it's a bit edgy and stuff. He's in that.
Winter Soldier, wasn't he? As, like,
he was Crossbones.
Crossbones
In Winter Soldier and Civil War.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really sort of coming to his own, sort of as, like, an action guy. But one thing I really liked about it was he's having all these phone calls, like, he's talking to, like, his handler and stuff, and then his phone rings and it's his daughter, like, his 13-year-old daughter, and she's hanging out with, like, her 17-year-old boyfriend. She wants to go out, and he's just, like, having a normal dad conversation. Bobby, you can relate to this. having the, you know, like the dad conversation with her, like, you know, it's 8:30, you're not going out on your own, you know, all this sort of shit.
I haven't got that far into the parenting yet. Jesus, Frankie. You're 4 weeks old now.
You're not going out.
Can't be going out.
Does a little grunt.
But I like how the voices are very sort of disjointed. Like, you don't have the face to put to the voice.
Yeah,
I
there's
like
no...
how, yeah, the voices are sort
no
of just
cutting back to the house.
their own sort of separate entity. Like, they're just, yeah, it's just a voice on the phone.
That's great. I love
and,
that.
you know, he talks to his ex-wife and all that sort of stuff, and he talks to her a couple other times. And, yeah, I really like this movie.
It was awesome. You know what? I'm a big GTA fan, like, from the beginning.
Course.
When I watched after I watched the entire movie, I just felt like more in love with it, because it was like, it felt like it was Claude from GTA 3 in like, and he's just a getaway driver, like, and it just felt like that to me,
because that's what happens in the start of GTA 3.
It's exactly like
running
that.
down to the bank and he gets shot or whatever.
It felt a lot like that to me, and because he looks like Claude as well, and that just helped it. And I was like, oh, this is awesome. This is like live action GTA right now, and it felt like that all the way through, because a lot of GTA stuff happens. Like, that's, you know, what you would see in one of those games. So I loved it even more.
And one of the things, like, I won't go into this too much because it's a bit spoilery, but as you're watching him, like, in the car and he's on the phone and he's sort of, like, freaking out and he's trying to, like, sort shit out. Like, he's on the phone, he's trying to ring guys. He rings one dude. He's like, dude, he gets his message bank. He's like, dude, I'm in a lot of trouble. He's like, I need your fucking help. Like, call me back, you know? And then he hangs up and he tries to ring him again. But you see stuff, like, out of focus just in the background, like, outside of the car.
Yeah.
And you're like, and I noticed it, like, sort of straight away.
They make it subtle, don't they?
Yeah, they make it sort of subtle, and you'll sort of, like, notice something in the background. You're like, hang on a minute.
Enough to spot, yeah.
And then a couple of minutes later, you notice, like, another something in the background happening while this scene's playing out, like, in the car. He's just, like, in the car by his own. Like, fucking props to Frank Grillo, because he pretty much carries this movie, like, on his own. He's pretty much, like, the main focus. Like,
yeah.
I don't know how much acting you can fucking do sitting in the driver's seat of a car. But just, like, yeah, he's like, delivery of lines and stuff, and just the, like, the looks on his face and, you know, the emotion he gives with his face and that, he's really fucking good.
Yeah.
And he's really got, like, that whole driver thing down, because, like, all his fingers are, like, taped up and stuff, and you can tell, like, just little, like, character things like that really, like, he's really, like, serious about the job, about the role or whatever. Because I think, like, maybe having, like, driving gloves would have been, like, done to death. So what else can we do? Okay, let's tape his fingers up or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, differentiate him from other sort of, you know, like getaway driver movies and every other Wheelman and that. Yeah. I really fucking like this movie. I would give it a 4 out of 5 easily.
Yeah, me too. I'd actually give it a I'd give it a good 4.5 out of 5.
Yeah.
That's what I would give it. I actually really enjoyed it. Like I said to you before, I actually quite liked it a little bit more than Drive. And that's a big call. With Ryan Gosling.
Wow. You know how I feel about that movie.
Yeah, I know. Right, Drive is great because it's got its own it's more of an emotional story, and it's like really, it grabs you. But this one's really more like,
this is more straight up action thriller, tight, condensed. Yeah, driving, money, bad guys, guns.
Wheelman, like he is a criminal kind of wheelman.
That's
guy.
The total focus of the movie.
It's like I said, like it's a real GTA kind of movie. It's very
just like a snapshot into the life, like a day in the life of this guy.
And it's not even, and that's another reason I liked it, was because it's not too far fetched. It still seemed very realistic, as if maybe that's something that could have happened in real day to day stuff. They don't go too far gone with it and like full blown action. It's just realistic kind of, you know. Stuff that happens. It's very it's quite keeps it more scary that way when it's more real. And like
I definitely recommend the fuck out of it. Bobby, if you're up very early in the morning, you should watch it.
I think I will.
It's another
Wheelman.
It's another hidden gem, I would say.
Yeah, another Netflix gem.
It's not too massive and popular or anything, but it's just one of those ones that
it's a fucking really solid watch. Yeah, like it's a fucking great way to spend 82 minutes.
Yeah, it's not even that long. It's good.
Yeah, it hasn't been out that long, only about 2 months. So yeah. Fuck yeah, Frank Grillo.
Yep.
So that goes into our topic, best movie drivers. Like last week, we did our best movie fights. We're just gonna, this isn't a definitive list, but we're just gonna pick out some of our favourite movie drivers. We may even talk about some of our favourite, maybe, car chases or something like that. We might single a couple out.
Yep.
and talk about those. But yeah, just going to bounce around the room, talk about some favourite movie drivers. So they don't essentially have to be a getaway driver, but just, yeah, fucking great movie drivers who drive a lot and really fast and furious.
Old Jason Statham over here is going to bring up the fucking Statham.
Yeah, Statham is like definitely up near number one there.
Do you want to kick it off with the Stath? Because that's what you did last week.
Yeah, all right then.
He's polishing his Stath head too.
Yeah.
He actually looks just like the Stath today.
Just like. Oh, I'll take that. Well, yeah, I'm going to start off with the Transporter.
Frank Martin.
All three are pretty good, actually, but nothing beats the first. The first movie is the best.
Transporter Refueled with Ed Skrein.
No, I haven't seen it. I didn't. If it's not
what about the Transporter TV series?
Nah.
With that dude, that Aussie dude that was in that season of Prison Break.
If it's not Statham, I'm interested. But the first Transporter, that was the best, because he's just a wheelman, like that's his job, and he is bloody good at it. He's known to be the best, and like
he's very no nonsense. He's very serious.
Yeah, and that whole movie, unlike the other two, they went too far with them. Like ridiculous.
Because I knew we were going to argue about this. I actually really liked the second one, but just because it's so ridiculous and over.
They go ridiculous, and like I remember when I first watched the second one, I thought it was a little too. I was like, they've kind of ruined it now, because the first was quite. I found that quite grounded. It was still full blown action, quite crazy and over the top in ways, but still enough to be like, yeah, that's. But yeah, he was pro. The way the feeling of that whole movie and the way he pulled off all those car chases and scenes were just top notch, like full tense, like high speed. He
actually did a really good job of like creating a sort of unique wheelman getaway driver too.
Oh yeah,
because he has a very nice car. It's not just like let's get a fast car, or something nondescript or whatever. He's got like a very nice, like standout, like sedan. What is it, like a BMW?
It's
or
a BMW.
Shit like that. He's very nicely dressed.
Yeah.
Like he has, big thing about his image and stuff. I think there's like one scene where he gets like a bit of dirt and he's brushing the dirt off his.
He's like
suit
OCD.
And shoulder and that.
He's like full OCD.
Yeah, he takes like a lot of pride in his image and stuff and that as well. So that's just like a nice little like character traits and quirks that they've like worked into that.
Very firmly in his movies, he makes sure he's like, you have to be on time. You have to follow these exact rules. Like he lays out the rules for them. If you don't do one thing, he's not doing the job. He drives away, and he's just very professional like that. That's why I really liked it. It was he lays out the rules.
I just had a fucking driver pop into my head. Speaking of Statham movies,
yeah.
Tyrone from Snatch.
He's got it on his list.
It's on there.
Tyrone, you silly
Tyrone was on top of my list. Tyrone's done a rally course, ain't you, Tyrone? Of course I have. And just the scene where he's going to like trying to get out of the car.
Yeah, he's like,
don't worry about him. He can move when he has to.
And then he's like, what the fuck can he get away from? Get away, driver. What the fuck can he get away from? Oh, classic. And he's trying to park the car.
It's a funny angle. It's behind you, Tyrone. When you reverse, things come up from behind.
Oh, the best.
Park a fucking jumbo jet in there.
Yeah.
It's a fucking anti-aircraft gun.
It's so good.
Yeah, that was at the top of my list, Tyrone. I thought it'd be real unique with that, but you must have looked at my bit of paper.
I didn't. I was just like, Jason Statham. It was like the 6 Degrees of Separation Kevin Bacon game.
Do you know when I was so obsessed with those Transporter movies that I nearly... All I wanted was
Pat talked for the longest time about buying a BMW.
A BMW. I really wanted it. I just wanted a black BMW. And there was one time when I was
and then you realised that you were like a early 20s fucking cartoonist.
I was like 17 and I told Mum, I remember, and she's like, we were looking at one at a car yard. It was like 13 grand or something. It was like,
that would be an absolute fucking bomb of a BMW too.
Yeah, like. And we had no money. Yeah, it was an older one, but I was like, oh, that's awesome. That's the best. But yeah, we couldn't get it. No, I loved it.
I'm going to go with one. Max Rockatansky from Mad Max and Road Warrior.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nice.
He drives the shit out of that fucking Interceptor, especially in the first Mad Max.
Yeah.
All those low fucking camera angles and the Interceptor just like flying up the road.
Yeah. Mad Max Fury Road too. Those are really...
Yeah, Fury Road. And you could also say Furiosa as well. And she drives the shit out of that fucking
And the way they
road.
pulled off those chase scenes, like the scenes, because half of them are real, like the explosions, the cars, cars
absolutely.
flipping, it's all realistic stuff, and they just add like extra effects later.
And a Morton Joe, you could say, mediocre.
Yeah. Amazing.
I'm going to go another one, Pat.
Yep.
Because we're on the Jason Statham bandwagon. Woo. Frankenstein from Death Race.
Oh, yeah.
So you could say Frankenstein from, what was it, Death Race 2000, and Jason Statham as Frankenstein.
I really liked Death Race. Death Race was a great movie, I thought. I really liked it.
It's pretty much just like a live-action video game movie.
Yeah.
It's pretty much like a racing game.
Yeah,
I quite like the story.
You've got to drive over the indicator, and then your weapons are active.
Yeah.
All that sort of shit.
It pretty much looked like Carmageddon, the movie.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I quite like the story, too, about his like family and that, and he's just trying to... It's a revenge story. And
His wife gets fucking murdered and shit.
Yeah, right in front of him and all that.
And it was fucking John Connor and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he in that?
Yeah, he was in that. He played like the head of security, like the right-hand dude.
Ah, don't even know.
Can't remember his fucking name.
I'm gonna name my. This is really my first choice, like number one. You probably know what it is. Bad Boys 2. The
should have known.
It's awesome. It's like it's actually one of the better known chase scenes.
Is it better known?
Better known for you.
No, it is because I was looking up some lists before, and the Bad Boys.
Cheating.
That was already my choice, and I was looking it up, and it happened to be in like most of these top 10 lists was always like that was one of the better. It's Michael Bay, and like the chase scenes.
Yeah, it's Michael Bay.
But they're intense, like, and it's crazy, full on. Like there's this bit where he's going up the highway, and there's a bloody semi chasing them, and then the semi lets off all the cars that are on the back. They're like, it's loading cars.
Yeah.
Sets them off the back. They're all connected to, there's one connected to a chain, and it's like swinging around like a bloody wrecking ball, knocking all these cars around. And then at the end, I mean, that big boat that washes up on the highway, like it's from the trailer or something, wasn't it? It was on like a trailer, and they knock.
I don't remember.
And there's an actual, like, a yacht or something that someone's carting around, and it's like, flipping around on the highway.
Bad Boys 1 or 2?
2. And it's just full
you
on.
seen Bad Boys 2?
And let alone the chase at the end as well, when they're going through, like, I can't remember, it's like Cuba or something, and they drive the big Hummers down through buildings. Like, they're just ploughing through buildings, and it's crazy. You got to see it. I can't believe you're nodding your heads at it. It's like
the car chase at the end of Hot Fuzz.
Yeah.
Just because Nick Frost's in the car and he's firing his gun and he's like, bang, 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 bang.
But yeah, that's my
Punch that shit.
Yeah. That was awesome.
James Bond from every James Bond movie.
Yep.
Especially like Skyfall, like the scene where he rides like the motorbike or like across the rooftops and shit.
Yeah, that.
Which one was
not the invisible BMW on ice.
And that bit, like, after the motorbike bit on the rooftops, and how he chases him onto the train, and he, like, can't remember how the guy got on the train, but when Bond goes to do it, he crashes his bike onto the rail of the bridge, and then he just...
he, like, launches himself
jumping,
over.
he, like, launched himself to make the jump. Like, so he just crashed, and then, like, pretty much went over the handlebars,
went
like, flying, and then lands on the train, and...
Ragdoll physics.
Continues the chase. That was intense. That was crazy.
That's a great movie.
I remember there was everyone had fucking GoldenEye on 64, but there was the other Bond game, I think it was Tomorrow Never Dies.
Tomorrow Never Dies, yeah.
That was on 64 as well. There was a fucking sick level in that, which was based on the movie where, like, the Pierce Brosnan Bond was, like, doing a fucking chase and his car turns into a boat or something, and then you're just driving on the fucking river and, like, shooting
I remember
all this shit.
that. That's Tomorrow Never Dies, I think.
Yeah. That level...
I played that on PS1, yeah.
Yeah, I did
that
too.
level was fucking sick. I remember that back in the day.
Yeah.
Probably balls now when you play it, but at the time it was amazing.
I really enjoyed that game, actually. I remember it
Yeah.
quite well.
Obviously, the T800 from Terminator 2.
Of course.
And the T1000.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Because he's a really great fucking driver, too.
Is that the The scene with the semi
Oh, any of them.
and the
Any of them.
Yeah, that was awesome. What about the Matrix Reloaded? And you got the that massive highway scene and the twins with the blonde hair like switch in between. They teleport into the car and then they're like big fights in the car. And,
Technically, they were meant to be like ghosts in that movie.
Oh yeah,
because there's a scene in the Matrix Reloaded where they're like, oh, werewolves and like vampires and that exist in the Matrix, and the albino twins were technically meant to be like, I think, the ghosts
really
of the Matrix
they were
or whatever.
called that, weren't they, as well?
I don't know.
I think they were. Yeah, ghosts.
I wonder what those two guys are doing right now.
Yeah.
Watching Reloaded.
Waiting for the Matrix to be rebooted in some way, shape,
Matrix
or form.
rebooted.
Wow. We've hit pay dirt here. Somebody call Warner Brothers.
It fucking works, like thematically that title works as well. It's amazing.
Yes.
It does.
Just like a PC like reboot.
Yeah, have you tried turning it off and on again?
Oh, someone could make a great animation about that.
When he boots up and he's got like the windows like start up.
Just Neo's face popping up, like all these little pop-ups.
I've got I'll mention another if you like. A really good one that I haven't really thought of was Nick Fury when he's in Winter Soldier, and they're trying to assassinate him, and it's the big highway through the city chase.
Yeah, that's quite good.
But
and
it's
then
like
they've got
SWAT
like
teams and police officers are trying to kill him, but they're not really police officers, obviously. But yeah, they're all full gung-ho after him, and he's doing anything to survive, and it's like, it's intense. Like, they're coming up to his door, trying to put this big device on there to rip it off, and he gets out of that situation.
He's got
somehow.
the machine gun that pops up out of the console.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I've just got a cup holder in my car.
That was and that goes on for a while too, and yeah, really good chase scene, that one.
Here's one that you wouldn't have thought of. Annie Porter from Speed. She drives the fuck out of that bus.
She does.
Oh yeah.
Sandra Bullock. Especially the jump over the
Yeah.
freeway that's not finished.
That's a good movie.
Keanu Reeves. Punch it!
I love that movie.
I don't know how that bus got so much fucking air over that jump, but
Yeah.
90s movie magic. Yeah, she
was
drives
awesome.
the fuck out of that bus, yeah.
It was
That's
awesome.
true.
What about another one that probably haven't thought of? The Raid 2 has a really, really good car chase scene. But
Did you say The Raid?
The Raid 2.
Well, here's the thing about The Raid 2. We never actually finished watching it, because I only watched the first half with you.
Yeah.
We never finished it.
Oh,
you were
really?
like, this is kind of boring. It's not as good as the first one.
Oh,
I'm like,
really?
what are you talking about? It's awesome. And then I just let him turn it off because he got awesome. Yeah.
There's that.
Can we put Spider-Man on?
Spider-Man 2, Dr. Octopus is the best one.
But it's got a really good scene in there where it's full on crazy like action
I wouldn't know
between.
because I haven't seen it.
No, we saw it. It was the bit where they're going through on the. I can't remember. It's like some big highway, but there's a bunch of cars and motorbikes coming in on each side, and they're it's like fight scenes in the cars and then switching between cars. It was like something out of Uncharted. It was insane, like how they kind of jump between cars and then
I'll have to rewatch it.
really full on. That was a good one, and it's like R-rated too, so it's nuts.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Love them R-rated movies.
yeah.
Love them X-rated movies too. You know what I mean? There you go. You wouldn't know because you're a dad.
No, I wouldn't.
Maybe when you need to have like private time though, like away from the family.
As a busy dad.
And an animator. What have I got here? Obviously, we can't talk about movie drivers without talking about Frank Bullitt, Steve McQueen from Bullitt. Now, I know you guys haven't seen this movie, so I sent you the car chase scene today so you could watch it. So then when I brought it up, we could talk about it. Gutsy! They don't do car chases like that anymore.
No, they do not.
Apparently, the director had like all the cars and that souped up so they could like take the high speeds and the tight
You probably
corners
couldn't
and
shut
everything.
down a fucking city the way that they would have had to for that movie.
Mm.
Like, fucking hell.
He wanted the cars to like peak at max speed, like around 121 kilometers an hour. After the cars and that were done up and they got out on like the highways and stuff, the cars like top speeds maxed out at like 180. And for all the close-up shots, like Steve McQueen, because he was real proficient driver in that, he moved into like racing and stuff. He did all like the close-up shots, and then another like race driver, he did like all the far and wide shots and stuff. But just the scene where he comes down the hill and he goes to turn like straight, and he realizes they've gone down the corner, and he slams on the brakes, and the camera zooms in, sees him in the car, and he looks back, and he just reverses, spins up the fucking wheels, smoke going everywhere, and then takes off. They don't make movies like that anymore.
Yeah.
The main character out of Cars is named after him, isn't he? Like Lightning McQueen?
Yeah, Lightning McQueen.
Lightning McQueen.
Yeah.
And he's voiced by Paul Newman as well.
Yeah.
Oh, no. That's, I can't even remember because I can't. But Owen Wilson, Lightning McQueen.
Yeah. Yeah.
I also thought of Drive. I know that's a pretty obvious choice, but with,
that was mine.
Yeah.
The Driver.
The Goz. Yeah.
The Goz, I love him.
Great movie, and
that movie touched me in all the places I've never been touched by a movie.
And the way he, like, you know, in the driving like part of things, it's just like done so, like the way they filmed it, everything. It's just all there. Like he really feels like a professional driver. He really knows what he's doing. That opening scene where he picks up like the bank robbers and that. And then he's just like, they're like, go this way. And he's just like driving. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And it's just like, he fucking knows. He's on point. Yeah. He's like a focused laser bullet. God knows what he's doing. Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, just the way he really sort of handles that. Like the line of dialogue that he gives, like everyone, like when he's on the phone, he's like, I'll be there. He's like, I'll give you 5 minutes. He's like, anywhere inside of that 5 minutes, like, I'm yours, but, either side of that, and he's like, you're on your own.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't carry a gun. He's like, I don't sit in on the job. He's like, I drive. And I'm like, oh, gutsy as fuck. Yeah. Do you remember when I finished watching that movie? Like, I texted you straight away as soon as I finished watching that. Because Pat watched it, and he's like, you've got to watch this movie. You've got to watch this bloody movie. I'm like, all right. I've been wanting to watch it, and I finally got it, and I watched it, and I was like, fuck, like, I've never been... I've said this before, probably not on the show, but I've never been so affected by a movie like I have when I finished watching that.
Yeah.
Like, I felt, like, energized after I'd seen that. I was running around my room like I was just like, I've got to fucking do something! Like, even if I just run out in the middle of traffic or something like that, like, I feel, like, energized.
Settle down!
Like,
get in someone's car and take
it.
And the soundtrack, we listened to that for weeks and months.
I still listen to the fucking soundtrack.
Yeah, months.
I got the limited edition vinyl that came out this year.
It's a great soundtrack.
Pink vinyl, it's fucking beautiful. Real human being.
It's awesome.
My turn.
Yeah,
my turn. Fuck yeah. Car movie that I'm thinking of, Collateral. Is a fucking
Jamie Foxx.
I didn't even think of that.
Not an amazing like driver by any standard, but a great fucking car movie.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Tom Cruise is such a prick in that movie.
Yeah. I haven't actually seen it in years. It's been sitting in my Netflix watch list for fucking ages now. I'm dying to get back to it because it's such a good movie.
That's awesome, that movie. I love it.
Jamie Foxx in that movie, he's like really, really fucking good.
Yeah.
That was one, I think I saw at the cinema when it came out, and I had
I saw it at the cinema too,
no idea anything about it. I knew nothing about it, and I went in and I was just like, what is this? Like, it looks like a Hitman-y kind of thing.
It's actually really funny about that movie, because in the opening scene, Tom Cruise goes to like an airport or something like that, and he meets Jason Statham. He has like this small cameo, and he like drops him this briefcase, and people are like, that's fucking Frank Martin there, like the transporter. Like, he's just transported these goods. Like, he could easily be Frank Martin in that scene.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't say anything to him. He sort of just acknowledges him, like, slightly, drops the bag, and then he just, like, bends down and picks it up, and then they walk off, and that's it. They part ways. Yeah, like,
I forgot he was in that. Holy shit, yeah.
That'd be great if they made it the same universe.
Shut Connected up, universes.
Shut up, Marvel.
Marvel's rubbed off on him real hard.
Link everything together.
Hard. I like that movie because I remember seeing an interview with Jamie Foxx, and he was like, when doing the whole Jamie Foxx thing, he's like, when Michael Mann, like, talk to me about the movie, he's like, I want you to play like this cab driver. He's like, yeah, man. He's like, I'll come in and I'll do my thing and it'll be all awesome or whatever. And Michael Mann's like, he's like, no. He's like, can you not do your thing?
Yeah.
He's like, can you come in? Can you just be average? Can you be boring? Can you just be like a regular guy with like a dream that he's like, aspiring to, but he'll never really like take that step you know, because it's too much of a risk in his own mind. You know, can you be that guy? And he went in and he fucking did it.
Yeah, he
smashed
pulled that
it.
off.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Here's one for you.
Yeah.
Here's one you wouldn't have thought of, but when I thought of this, I was like, oh, that's a fucking good one. I'm going to write that down.
Yeah.
Lou Bloom from Nightcrawler.
Oh yeah, I was thinking about that before.
Now,
too,
because
yeah.
he starts off with like a shitty little car and a shitty little camera, and then
Yeah,
eventually, as
that's
the
right.
movie goes, he gets the nice flash Camaro and the nice flash, you know, and he's got Riz Ahmed in the car next to him, who's pretty much the navigator, but he's like the driver. Like, you know, I need you to give me directions and stuff. And, you know, as that movie goes, you know, in his line of work in this film, he has to become a better driver. And he's a fucking,
perfect.
like, really good driver.
Yeah.
Like, in that movie. Like, when he's got the big flash red and black Camaro and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good choice. That's awesome.
So I thought that was a good choice. Thank you very much. I'll have a swig of this episode of the Bearded
You
Geeks
deserve
brought to you
that
by
one.
Sol Jerry.
I've only got like a couple choices left. Well, I'm going to mention this one, The Dark Knight. I like that scene with the Joker and Batman.
Get fucked! I had Batman on my list.
Did ya? That chase.
Where
That's
he goes
awesome.
up the fucking wall and goes.
The tumbler goes through. Yeah, that's unreal.
I had
And like the RPG.
on my list. It says Batman. Every Batman movie,
Every Batman movie.
especially Batman Begins, though. Because he
Yeah.
has that massive scene where like the tumbler debuts. He's like, I'll get my car. He's like, I brought mine. And then he drives out of the alley and he's like driving across rooftops and shit. And he goes into like stealth mode, but he literally just like turns all the headlights off on his car and like all the lights off in the thing. And then he just like drives past the cop car and like, there he is. Switches everything back on. Boom. Driving up the road. And
Yeah, that was
It
awesome.
almost became like less of a thing later towards like the Nolan Batmans and stuff. But do you remember growing up in the 90s, like you almost wanted to hear more about what the fucking Batmobile looked like in the next movie.
That's exactly right.
More than
yeah.
actually what the movie was about. You're like, what's
Yeah.
the new fucking Batmobile look like?
Yeah, everyone
I remember
loves the
having
Batmobile.
the Batman and Robin like official movie guide, like when they used to bring out movie guides, like for the
Yeah.
had like interviews and behind the scenes stuff and that in it. And there was this big article they had in there about the Batmobile, and because they were going up against like Mr. Freeze and stuff, they had the end of the movie Batmobile, and it was all like lit up with like blue lights and stuff, and you know, like ice, you know what I mean? And they had the wheels. And the insides of the wheels were like lit up, but they had like the Bat logos. And there was this big paragraph there about how they worked out how when the wheels turn, the actual, like the entire tire wouldn't turn. So the Bat symbols would say fixed, like in position.
Oh, yeah.
So when the tires turn, like it stayed. And there was this big paragraph about that. And I always found that like really interesting. I'm like, whoa, that's really cool. How do they do that? But yeah, you're totally right, Bob. That was the thing. Like you were more interested in seeing like what the next interpretation of the Batmobile looked like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a great extra on the Batman v Superman Blu-ray about the making of the Batmobile, because they actually built that Batmobile like from the bottom up, like as a racing vehicle, and they show it like racing it out on like racing tracks and stuff and taking tight corners and that.
Sick.
They actually built it as a performance vehicle. Yeah, it's really interesting to watch, and like watching the one stunt driver like get into it and strap in, and
Yeah.
it just looks like a fucking death trap. But there's no way you'd ever flip that fucking thing because the tires on it were like huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really interesting extra. If you've got the Batman v Superman Blu-ray and you haven't watched it, watch the making of the Batmobile, because it's really fucking
I
interesting.
can't actually remember what the Batmobile's like in
The new ones?
Yeah.
They've gone all, like, I was quite happy with that because they almost went more traditional kind of Batmobile with the look, didn't they?
It was
Like,
kind
they
of
went back with
it was a mix of like the Tumbler and like Tim Burton's like Batmobile.
Yeah.
It was pretty much like
Ah, cool.
they had sex and made this beautiful like car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's
never
exactly what it
liked
was
I never
like.
liked the canopy when it opened. When it opens like a flower, like it sort of opens like little
Oh,
wings,
yeah.
like moth wings on the top. Because there's a scene where Superman like grabs them and rips them off. I'm like, fuck that shit. Batman would make that way more sturdy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had one more mention. Well, actually, I'll say this one. I'm pretty sure you mentioned Bourne before, the Bourne movies.
I haven't, but
No.
Oh, you didn't?
it's on my list.
Yeah, the Bourne movies.
The
especially
Bourne Identity.
especially the first one. And there's the scene with the minis.
Going down the stairs.
Yeah, and
Fuck
I
yes.
looked it up. Apparently, they went through like five different minis, like demolished pretty much for them scenes. Like they messed it up that many times, and there's like one that survived or something like after they finished shooting. So and that was really cool. But those tents, like they go on like the sidewalk, and like it's just any pretty much any Bourne chase is full on. Like they really know how to film them ones. They don't even really have music in the background. It's more just like concentrated, like real, just natural sound of all the screeching and everything coming around. It makes it so much more real.
I always remember those Bourne chases very well, but the newest Bourne movie, like Jason Bourne, like there's a chase on the Las Vegas Strip. Like I don't remember that at all. I just remember the shot from the trailer.
Yeah.
And the scene from the trailer that was cut from the movie. Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne.
And they cut that out in the actual movie.
That's the best fucking bit, and they cut it out.
Best line.
I was sitting there waiting for it, and then he never said it. I was like, what the fuck?
I love that line too. Jesus Christ, Jason Bourne. But and I had one more that I thought I'd mention.
Let me do a few, because I've got a big list here, and I can't just like take the rest of it.
Mix it up, yeah.
I want to do one too.
John Wick.
Yeah, John Wick, man.
John Wick Chapter 2.
Yeah.
There's a
I haven't
scene.
seen 2 yet, but
okay, at the
John
beginning.
Wick 1, great.
At the beginning, John Wick goes to get his car back that was stolen in the first movie.
Yeah.
And there's this great scene. There's this one shot where he drives it out of this, it's like a cab rink, like warehouse kind of thing. And it goes over this little jump, but it's like wet and raining and stuff. And the car like goes over the jump, but it like goes sideways in the air and sort of lands on its side and sort of bounces along and takes off in slow-mo. That is fucking sex for my eyeballs. It really is. It's just like my face just melted when I saw that.
Nothing like seeing a muscle car just get a little bit of air over a thing and like just
and
drift
just
a
like
little
land
bit sideways
and sort of just bounce and screech.
And then they just got to like adjust and keep going a bit. Oh, yep.
Awesome.
I gotta watch that fucking second movie.
Yeah, you gotta get on it.
Oh, you'll love that.
Yeah.
You'll love that.
Fuck yeah, get on it, mate. I watched it in 4K the other week. Oh.
Look at him. He's dreaming about it already.
Rock hard, mate. Rock hard. Just thinking about it. Let's see. What else have I got?
Can I drop one quickly?
No, I want to do 2 more and then you can have one. Because I've got like 6. I've got like 6 here to get through.
Steal my good one.
The Bandit from Smokey and the Bandit.
Okay,
I fucking love that movie. Burt Reynolds in that movie. Fucking great. Great comedy. Buford T. Justice. He's a great driver in that as well. Elwood Blues from the Blues Brothers.
Ooh, yeah. Nice.
Great, especially when they're driving through the mall, the department stores and stuff. Yeah, fucking great. Kowalski from Vanishing Point. I just watched that movie before we did this pod. It's really fucking great. And I'll let you do yours, Bob, in case that's what I've got written down here.
Death Proof is what I'm going with.
Yeah, awesome.
Yes.
Stuntman Mike.
Yes.
Russ.
Oh, the Russ, man.
And what's her name at the end where Stuntman Mike's chase? Is it Alicia or Aisha or something like that? Where she's driving.
Oh, yeah.
And they're actually like running from like Stuntman Mike. Like she's a fucking great driver too. Yeah.
And the New
Zoe
Zealand-
Bell's out in the fucking bonnet and shit.
Yeah. Fuck, that's intense with her on the bonnet and shit. Oh my god. Yeah, I was thinking about it tonight because, you know, last minute coming on the show.
Mike.
And you guys are talking about like doing driving movies and I'm like, fuck man, that's not really my area. But that was the first movie that came to mind with me. Because I was like, that's the first time I think I saw something in the cinema and walked away and went, holy fuck, like that was a hardcore car movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Half of that movie is literally just girls sitting around talking about cars, though.
Yeah. The other half is them driving them.
Yeah, that's right. I don't really have anything else. I think I've got 2 more. Oh, well, I had Stuntman Mike, but you said that. And I've got Jimmy Popeye Doyle from The French Connection, where he's chasing the train. I sent that scene to you guys today, because you guys probably would have congregated around that area when you just went to the NYC. The NYCC Con.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You guys probably would have been around that area. I got really excited when I sent that to Pat, because I'm like, he'll get like the GTA vibes when he watches this.
Yeah.
Like the train and that going.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, bloody love
It was awesome.
Nico Belly. Cousin, let's go bowling.
Is that the one with Gene Hackman driving?
Sure is.
Yeah, he was good. That was awesome.
I think that's all I've got. Let me have a look. Yeah. Oh, I've got one more.
Yeah.
Bumblebee from Transformers.
Oh, yeah.
Because Megan Fox has that line, this car's a pretty good driver. And he actually is a pretty good driver for a robot.
Yeah.
And then Megan just like hangs out with her ass around the fucking car 45 minutes. So gratuitous.
Yeah. So gratuitous.
My last one was just...
Hit me, this is going to be big, drum roll.
You'll probably laugh at it. What is it? Fate of the Furious.
I knew there was going to be some kind of Fast and Furious.
And it's like...
Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next week. Hey!
But that end, like, submarine thing that pops out of
Oh, with the submarine. That's so stupid.
It's the stupidest thing ever.
But it's actually pretty cool.
And it's like, the entire scene, I was the same. I was like, oh, this is way far-fetched, crazy, stupid. But they pull off a few good, like, car moves. Like, they got the parachuting cars and stuff, and then they got the... But back in the, the heist one, when they're, like, carting around that big safe the whole time, and... It's like swinging around.
I don't know so much
stuff
about
like
the later stuff. I haven't seen many of the later.
They go pretty stupid.
Ones, but yeah, I think it'd be fair to put the Fast and Furious 1 in this list.
And
we'll say Dominic Toretto, because in the Fast and Furious 6, when they're in Dubai, he jumps the car from building to building. Like skyscraper to skyscraper. And I'm just like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. I know the one you're talking about.
It did create a lot of fucking, like, unfortunate bogans who all hotted up their fucking Nissan Skylines. And
every racing game you ever bought after that had, like, a sporty neon green car in it. Like, straight out of the fucking
Yeah. All the, like, Need for Speed Underground. Fuck, I love that
And
game.
everyone had a Lancer or a Skyline after that.
Yeah, exactly.
Bloody Dylan had a Lancer we get around in.
Yeah.
But then that scene where they, like, race to go over the train track line as the train just crosses and they just make it past. Like, it looks like they're going to die.
He hits the truck and that awesome flip of the Charger. Yeah.
And every fucking teenage boy would install a fucking box of pigeons in their car, so every time they drove down the street, it's like...
That's a good one.
It's so true, though.
That is good. I like that. Gold.
Fuck. Yeah, no, I'm out of car movies, I think.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah,
That's all I can
I think I'm out of drivers as well. I don't know. What do you guys think? Are there any drivers out there that we missed?
There's probably a bunch of
there's like Akira, the fucking, if you go on animated stuff. Like
fuck yeah.
That fucking chase scene on the bikes, man, that was fucking sick.
Tetsuo!
Yeah. Yeah, that's fucking cool. Amazing. Like, you go back and watch that. Like, I should send you a link to just that chase scene alone, Paddy.
Yeah.
The amount of effects and shit. This shit was animated in like 88, 89.
88,
really?
Yeah, I think it was released in 88, so it would have been earlier.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It is insane. There was no Photoshop. There's no fucking like the way that they were able to paint cells and make futuristic shit look futuristic is insane. Like,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Like, there's no computer fucking technology for that stuff. Like, it's crazy what they did. And like, there's scenes where like they drive off into the fucking distance and it leaves like a light trail kind of behind the bike and stuff. Like, they would have had to actually paint that shit in on the cells.
Oh yeah,
it's a Tron kind of thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think that might do it, boys.
Yeah, boy.
All right, Patrick Brown. People want to find you online. Where can they go?
Where can you find me?
32 episodes.
PatrickBrownArt.com.
Does he really even need to advertise anymore? I
don't think so.
And you can also go DeviantArt and find me under Patrick Brown, just Patrick Brown. Yep. And then Facebook is Patrick Brown Art as well. So you can find me on there. And yeah, should have a little tick on the name. That'll be the one.
You got a tick now.
Yeah.
Do you have a tick? You're official. You're legit.
I had it for a while, yeah. It's...
Oh, I've had it for a while now.
No.
I'm just that famous.
Spider-Man. I got Spider-Man Duna covers out there.
It's handy, though. Oh, yeah, that Duna you shared.
Yeah, I'm going to buy a queen size one and get you to sign it.
I'll sign your Duna, mate.
And then I'm going to soil the fuck out of it.
I'm going to have to get one for Mason, I
Web
think.
slinging.
But tish. And Bobby Baxter, people want to find you online when you're not doing the dad thing. As a busy dad.
As a busy dad, you can visit www.bobbybaxter.com. And Bobby Baxter Cartoons on Instagram and Facebook. And Bobby Baxter on Twitter, I think.
On the Twitter.
Yes.
Chitter.
Yeah, so probably not going to be posting much in the next month or two, but, you know, with Christmas and stuff coming up. But
At least you got Inktober out of the way.
yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Just. You had one left.
I was on one left. I had one left, and little baby Frankie just was like, hey.
Hey!
Oh, shit.
Shit the bed.
So I literally, like, I think I was up at like 5 or 6 in the morning drawing the last Inktober picture like a week after she was born. But I got them all done. 31.
Yeah.
31
Excellent.
Nickelodeon cartoons.
That was an effort. Hey,
And cow and chicken. Pinky in the brain.
Patrick Brown.
And if you want to find the Bearded Geeks online, you go to facebook.com/BeardedGeeksPod. I was going to say Bearded Beaks.
Bearded Beaks.
Bearded
I've
Beaks.
had too many Sailor Jerry's. This episode. Sailor Jerry, Bentaygo.
Bearded Beaks.
You can find us on Twitter and Instagram. You can also listen to the show on SoundCloud, iTunes, and YouTube. You can download the show to listen to on the go or at the gym from SoundCloud or iTunes for free. It doesn't cost a thing. It just costs you an hour and a half out of your day. Or just break it up. Listen to it for 20 minutes a day. Doesn't matter.
Do it.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe too, because that'd be great. Next week, Patrick Brown and the Beardmaster are going to see Star Wars The Last Jedi.
The Last Jedi.
So next week's is our Star Wars The Last Jedi episode. Yes. There will be spoilers, maybe, probably, definitely.
Yep, we're going to demolish it, aren't we?
I'm going to fucking demolish some chalk tops.
Rip it
apart.
No, Paddy's going to go and forget to buy your chalk top again.
Oh, prick.
Don't ever get me to do anything for you.
Pat, can you just get me a
I'll do the
boysenberry
opposite.
chalk top?
That's the best fucking advertisement for Patrick Brown as a businessman. Don't get me to do you anything for you ever.
My wife sends me to the shop to get one certain thing. I come back with everything else. Never get that one thing.
It's true. When I'm with him and I go to the shop, she says to me, she's like, Brent, this, and this. And I'm like, okay, because Patrick's going to forget.
Yeah.
That's how to become a successful Marvel artist. Just do the exact opposite of what they ask. And apparently he's alright.
Well, that's the thing. I'm always just so focused on work. I just screw everything else up. I'm just like, I just stuff it up. Life has gone out the window. Life
is grand. Yeah. So next week we got Star Wars The Last Jedi.
He's sinking into a hole of depression over here. My life is just fucked up.
I thought he was depressed here the other week.
Welcome to the machine.
You know what he said the other week? Like, the day that Frankie was born, that you weren't here, that we were meant to record. He's sitting there, and he's like, I wonder when he's going to come back. Like, she was born like 3 hours ago.
Give me another hour and a half, I'll be there.
We'll bring the podcast to you.
So next week's
the birthing suite.
Yeah. From Ward E.
Bearded Geeks Raw. So much placenta.
You have no idea.
That'll be a story for another day.
I've seen some things.
He's seen some things he's not proud of.
Alright, so they're going to let me get it in now. Next week, Star Wars The Last Jedi, and then the week after that will be our final episode of the year, which will be the best of 2017, and that will be out on Christmas Day.
We have a best of?
Yeah, we'll be doing the best of 2017, so I'll talk
good.
to you afterwards, after we finish recording here. And
umbilical cords.
so you can put on your thinking caps for 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, everyone, thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, tuning in. Thank you to Patrick Brown.
Oh, hello.
Thank you to Bobby Baxter.
Hey.
What's going on?
And I was here as well. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you all next week on the Bearded Geeks.
Hey!
Drive responsibly.
Piss off.